Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present the video highlights of the match between MIBR and E1 Sports during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
I just think it's fun from time to time.
Everyone else does, I just always don't. Juice number one coming on through. You can see that little blue icons above the Blitz's head. Everyone else on the side hasn't managed to get away with a kill, and finally they do okay. Maybe not the intended target there, Flash Tree. Macking into a second as well.
E1 are fighting for their lives as MIBR get ever closer.
I thought he was going to dart to the Legion mine, then he let another tick go through, and I was like, mate, you're down to 24, are you okay? Keeps himself going, but a bullet to the feet here might just be enough to see him finished off outright. Flashtree's going to find Gomez as well. That's such a stinger. Shouldn't be able to get away with that realistically. And look at that. E1 have turned 2 kills back on its head. MIBR had the numbers advantage. At least now equalize things out to a 2v2. But Yek straight into a goo mine there. Yes, it's not a ton of damage, but it might just be the difference maker here in the closing little gunfight. His left 1v2. Perez and Basetto stand before him. He can't get through them. And E1 take that first round despite a swerve.
Yeah, I'm not much of a betting guy, but yeah, I well played, honestly, by both teams. I like the entry from MIBR a lot. Losing Machina hurts. He's been a standout performer for the team, and obviously having those adrenal surges in the later, it fires so damn fast, but changes to the gun, the nerfs to the gun have pulled it out of favor. 40 seconds left, Garage opened up, first pick, Lastry taking down Rare.
That Twitch 417 does a ridiculous amount of, I want to say it's 60 or 67. I can't remember exactly which operators I'm comparing when I say that, but it does a lot of damage. No surprise at all that it's so popular. Either way, as it balances out, E1 have yet again got a numbers advantage. Color me utterly surprised. A nade comes round. That's the invitation for STK to swing. Bullets left all by himself with 15 seconds on the clock. 2 players to bring down. One, a bullet from death. But Perez is the one who probably looks like the main threat for him right now. In fact, he's found a headshot onto him. That's not looking so good. Does he even know? Does he hear him? He must surely hear him.
Was that not only could you do site construction, have a nitro cell, have great gadgets, the Commando or the Roni were both 2 excellent weapons, but then if absolutely needed, you could still kill. Mozzie was kitted out if you think about it. And there you go. A full body shot is enough to kill.
MIBR aren't even looking at the site yet, Parker.
There's a logic bomb to go with 1 minute. And eventually they're going to have to look at the site. Right now, they can just wait a little bit. Nice lineup by Live. Rare has not really been much of a factor.
Oh, the pushing from Library as well. They didn't expect that one, but it's coming through the window and suddenly got a bit of a backstab on the go. There's only now two and a bit players really left on their feet. SDK is down but not out, but it leaves us in a 3 versus 3. They've got the mirror to fall back to. This is a real difficult spot to be in, where you put so much time and effort into getting control of everything that isn't the site, that you still got to deal with all the utility on the site itself. Mackin is going to try and see if he can find them out here, sat in behind the mirror window, but they aren't giving him an inch, Parker.
No, not one bit. Lastry still surviving on that 3 HP from what he was experiencing early on. It's all going to be up to him to save this round, but you're going to have to walk up the same way your teammate just died. No way to stop that diffuser. Machina finishes things off with the side.
Appears orange or orange appears blue. Best way to tell that for now is seeing the operator icon above their heads. It's the best way you can get away with it. Speaking of getting away with it, Flashtry, I thought he might get himself pinched out here, but he's got the direct 1v1 challenge. The Monty can't really afford to drop the shield as well. They've either got to bring another player here or find an off angle on which to catch him, and it's exactly that. Coming up main stairs, they have crushed the roam here. The Malusi gone, the Castle gone. 3 players now stand for E1 with 2 minutes to play. This is dream territory for MIBR, especially when your front line is a Monty.
Live is looking for a pick. He might be able to... No, get it. He looked the wrong way. Perspective hurting. E1 have been vaporized.
Remember what I said about Basetto earlier, by the way? He's now left in a 1v5. The unfortunate life as a support player. Will get 1 exit frag for himself, but now the Monty's hunted him down. This one, I'd imagine, is done. Second, where he clutched out in the second round, the 1v1. Last round, caught out in a similar fashion extremely early in the round. Pre-fire coming in. And MIBR once again are just washing over this E1 side. Plant's going down. They've got no one on site.
What is happening to this? What is happening to this E1 team, Derry? Like it's. I don't want to say it's over, but like,
nope.
This half looks like it's pretty. Yeah, it is. This round is over, but it's pretty much over.
Absolutely. Will E1 be absolutely distraught about that? They'll be disappointed, but I wouldn't go as far as saying distraught. They're in a spot where they know getting onto the attack, again, given their prowess on that side of the map across the stage so far, they'll probably feel pretty comfortable about it. My only worry is the stuff I was speaking about in the earlier game when we were comparing some...
This is an ego play at this point, but they're worried about the tracers that are emerging now from Solarium. The Monty is still there. What a hard spot for the Jaeger to be in, and the explosion goes off. Bullet credited with the kill, Derry. Advantage right now, huge for MIBR.
Yeah, love it. He got the finish off, I think, on the down player, but it was Machina who put him down, so the kill will go to Machina in the stats, even though the kill feed shows that it was Bullet who walks away with it. A 5v3 yet again. MIBR are so good at pushing these advantages. Rare was starting to go for a plant there, but I think got pushed off, and they've dealt with the player that was trying to aggress in. Rare should be able to stick this one, and E1 are just crumbling.
What do you do? Bassetto's last man standing. You cry? This first half, Chalet favoring the attackers. Bassetto dies to Gomez. We don't get to see that one, but that's before. And they have beat some very good teams as they've climbed to the top of Brazil's standings. So I don't think E1 will go quietly into the night.
No. Again, it's probably my favorite saying in this game is there are two halves to a game of Siege. You will see a different style of play coming out now. Whether or not MIBR come out and completely firepower, a lot more aggression from E1. And dare I say, they've had to use a fair bit of utility. A Dokkaebi Call came out, for example. The Lion Scan came through. We had the Firebolts coming out. All kinds of stuff working with them. But they managed to get away. And sure enough, E1 have managed to collect 2 kills. Machina is having one hell of a game so far. Got to give him that credit as well. Touched on him after the first 4 rounds. He was sat at 5-2, playing really well. And just like that, the
work off here.
I don't even think
one logic
there are
bomb,
any of these players,
right?
by the way. I'm pretty sure it's the dead players' drones that are up.
That's bad. Bassetto catches Rare. Where were the defenders going? Why is MIBR getting so aggressive on this play? They've surrendered the bomb site. Machina is dead as well. Now the diffuser will need to go down, but Gomez is trapped, and there's the perfect time for the logic bomb. STK can isolate him and collect the last kill. Technically, it's Live who gets the last kill, but either way, it's still over. What a tremendously poor start to stage 1, but not just made the LCQs, but then also made it to the final 4.
Yes,
in Manchester. Now, I think it's a little bit unlikely that MIBR will make it to the final 4 of
resource you're investing into that. But I think a couple of flashes and an E1D is completely fine. Machina again steps out. They had no awareness, but the trade is there. Bassetto,
as he just carves away at the floor, but here's the troubling prospect. Those Goyo canisters just got popped, and there's 24 seconds left. That means there are 4 seconds into the round, at the end of the round, without the fire.
Are there any smoke still to come out as well? I think there is, because he's got one in hand right now. Gomez can still burn even more times. They've left this one a little bit too late. Shotgun on the stairs, full white flash as well. Down comes the push. Flashed himself in the process. That is certainly not ideal. Plant's going to start going down, though. STK holding on to this one. Finally gets finished off, and Live can't do it all by himself.
What all do I know? But they're going to save it. And I mean, if E1 lose this round, they will call a timeout with no room to spare. They have to translate that timeout into a successful round victory, or else that's it. It's curtains on this matchup. The Ash almost very nearly lost their life.
All right. Kando's flying on through. STK lining up on the door as well. Right sort of idea. There is a player on half wall, but Yex is just better. Slams STK, who has really not had a great game so far, but 2 kills flying elsewhere. Bassetto yet again on the board. Perez making up for past mistakes. I feel like I'm talking about football when I say Perez. Getting one back on side as well and giving them the man advantage, but Rare. I spoke about him earlier, Parker. He had yet to get on the board. He started over the last couple of rounds to warm into it, and now he's got to win a 1v2 against Perez and Live.
It'd be a hell of a way for MIBR to secure 1 point, and it's definitely winnable. He doesn't have much to work with. No nitro cell.
So much time.
But again, these SAS operators, they are very well equipped, Des, at being able to take multiple engagements. If E1 gives him 2 staggered fights, this becomes very, very winnable for MIBR. I don't think they have information on him. The mute jammers put down by Rare are keeping him safe. There goes the smoke.
Has he got C4? No. Okay. If he had C4,
he's got nothing
maybe
in
this
pocket.
is doable, but no, it's consumed. Of course, they've got the bulletproof still up and active, but that can't see everything for him. They're trying to bait him into pushing here off the back of it, but he hasn't heard the kit go down, so why would he look to swing? They've spent the last 35 seconds now getting prepped for this. They've not been able to drone him out. The best part is they are still playing together, but look, they just have no idea where he is, and the swing comes in. And Live had that one on lock, was ready and waiting. And E1 take again a critical round 9.
I suppose a lot of teams say no. The answer is we use the timeout when we absolutely need it. And in this round, their entry was very good.
Yeah.
It's quite methodical. Even when they were thwarted by the mute jammers, they were still able to gain.
The two that are below, Perez and Basetto. Basetto, as I've already said, is having a wonderful game so far today. He's the one that I've wanted to watch and see him really grow into his own a little bit, really become the owner of that role. Here he's got a chance to do it. He's running around in the blitz after normally playing on the Monty. No surprise that he's staying on the shield. But like that, he gets C4'd out. STK does get...
Spoke of Flastry's issues with striking in terms of kills. Oh no, Bullet. Just missed the opportunity. Flastry was expecting the jump out towards bathroom. Bullet gets one in that position. Gun down. Gomez now will need to save easier. They're already down one, which means one small part of this execute is going to be tougher to accomplish. Bullet will rely on the clash of Yex as there goes the Goyo canister. 14 seconds will remain in the round when that fire ends. Yawning chasm that is the breach opened up, and Flastry will take out Bullet, who's playing behind that shield. Both shields, in fact. I think there might be another one. Live finds himself in a very powerful position. STK gunning down Gomez. Clash is still on the board. Machina on very limited HP. Diffuser going down. The Clash getting into position at this point. But Basetto doesn't lose a single point of HP. No. Live grabs the cross. Yex dies after taking out STK, and it's all up to Rare.
Wow.
Who's picked off by Basetto.
Can't write this team off ever, can you? Again, that classic example of two halves to a game of Siege. A very different team from E1 has erupted compared to what we saw back in the first. And their attacks look absolutely terrifying. They're pushing straight in. They found Bullet. SDK into one. Machina definitely not without some remark. This game, though, has been putting up numbers too. Perez falls. And Yex is there to clutch Flastry again, who just cannot find a way into this game, it feels.
He's looking for another one, and he'll get it!
Oh my god.
Kill feed lit up in bright orange. And all it is highlighting E1's dominance, but hold on a second. Machina is there for a two-piece up top.
Oh.
Basetto in a 1v2. Oh my. They know exactly where he is. He hops in, and it's Gomez to send us to overtime, because why not?
And for that, at least, all of it's off the back of Machina, who, as I've already remarked, is having a phenomenal game. At times when it feels like the round is slipping away, you see 2 kills going E1's way in the kill feed. Machina just slips in there somewhere with a cheeky little kill that starts to balance things out. 3 in that round for part
of these MIBR defenses, and time again, E1 ends up being obscured by their effect. It's a very good drone that gets Yex in this position, who's playing ring around the Rosie. Perez with a kill. E1, as their advantage will grow even larger. There goes the logic bomb. More information for E1 as we hit the final minute.
I know that he's behind Piano at the very least. I thought for a second they might catch him as well. It was a good little pinch to find the 2 versus 1 for a second. Perez into another as well, making himself known in the round. At least one comes back the other way, but Perez won't stop.
Oh!
A 3 for himself. Flastry on the close from the bathroom window. I'm loving life.
Yeah, it's quite late for you. I have to go make my stuffed peppers after this.
Yeah, good point.
And then Jesse, myself, and Flynn are all taking part in a fantasy draft later tonight. What a pick by Rare. MIBR with the advantage with a little bit over a minute to go.
Oh man, that is pain. This is where there's been a few mistakes I feel throughout the game for either side on the droning front. Machina's going to find Perez as well. Beautiful stuff. Oh, almost gets a third. That would have surely been a sign of the end times, I think, if they got the next one, but it's not to be the case. And Machina's down. We've already said before that you can't afford to lose your star man when he's been playing so well this game, but that's the fate that now awaits MIBR. A 3 versus 3, 40 seconds to play. That clock is now going to become the 6th man for the side of E1.
Still very winnable for both teams.
Flastry's just throwing. It's fine.
I mean, he's not had a very good game, Des, but
it's okay.
What can you do?
Chalet, it's fine.
Basetto's top frag on the team, and with 20 seconds left, he can easily claim on the vaulted. No, a nice shot from Bullet. Now it's STK. He has to shut this plant down, but a retake from above as he misses the drone. Will swing around the corner. He gets it, but MIBR wins the round. Chaos.
E1, they've got to figure things out in the last 60 seconds.
Perez dying early didn't hurt their chances before. E1 are hoping for that exact same success. Right now, they are not advancing on this site at all. Baseto dies to the toxic gas by Gomez. Not before Live had taken out Machina. Machina dying really helps E1's chances. That's the raid boss that's been taken out, but there's still more work to be done.
They want to force it back.
To go over into the corner, but the smoke of Gomez is a bit trapped, it would appear. Never mind, he's got to rotate. This is where things get tough for E1. They are undefeated. They're looking for that number to continue. Gomez charging away, a follow-up. They've got an entry to the site now. E1 need to hit their shots. A bit of nerves. Striking. Flashtree, one big kill. Rare and Bullet, last two remaining. STK getting the diffuser down, but can they stop them in their tracks?
Got one.
Nice pick by Rare onto Live. Bullet will win the round for MIBR. You've got to be kidding me. E1 suffered their first defeat, and in the final moments
continue to lead their way up in that ranking.
Well, the way I described this one, even when we were just sitting back watching this game, that would have been a nice win for E1, but that was almost a necessary win for MIBR. With 3 play days remaining outside that top 6 until this win, you cannot afford to lose more games. This one, certainly an upset and a big one at that. Yeah, it would have been nice to walk away with 3 points. They had a nice 5-3 cushion at one point, but they still were able to take the win at the end of the day. They walk away with 2 points. And yes, it's going to be a difficult road from here on out, but now at least they have an opportunity to enter into that top 6 and to go directly to the major, or at the very least, that last chance qualifier. But here you see it, Bullet and Machina well ahead of the rest of the lobby tonight. What a performance from Machina, especially the rookie, the unknown factor kind of coming out of nowhere and absolutely popping off when his team needed him the most.
Yeah, again, Machina, I mean, being the new guy, being the one that's the least experienced out of all these players, and to be able to come into here and to be able to put up this performance, I mean, it's just something you love to see. Again, I've talked about with Flashtree, I'll say it with Machina, just another player for any up-and-comers that want to just watch players to learn from, to realize what you need to be